An East Grand Rapids police officer is facing charges tonight accused of reckless driving, crashing, and leaving the scene.
On top of all that, he's under public scrutiny for other apparent efforts to avoid facing potential drunk driving charges. 24-Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks is in studio tonight with this story.
Brian and Susan, good evening. The officer may have successfully dodged a DUI, but he hasn't dodged serious trouble. And the prosecutor says he may end up worse off than he would have had he stopped and stayed at that scene. Late evening last Thursday, a crash at Pettis and 5 Mile in Cannon Township, relatively minor wreck, turned more serious when the driver took off. And major once police learned who it was. 10-year East Grand Rapids police veteran Nick Schwein. He was off duty and in a personal car when authorities say they got reports he was driving erratically. Then the hit-and-run crash. The driver managed to get Schwein's plate. Took police 2 hours to track him down. Officers claim he was drinking at his home. They did not do any sobriety testing. Would have been no use, they say.
It's virtually impossible to show what the blood alcohol level was at the time he was operating. Any sort of delay like that makes it very difficult, if not impossible, to pursue a drunk driving case.
In the end, he was slapped with misdemeanor reckless driving and leaving the scene of an accident charges. Maximum 93 days in jail. Police say they do suspect that Schwein was drinking before the crash, but no way to prove that. The prosecutor says he may have dodged the DUI, but he's not better off.
Reckless driving actually carries more serious sanctions on a simple drunk driving. It's a mandatory 90-day suspension of your driver's license, whereas a drunk driving, you can get it restricted within 30 days.
Schwein is described by East Grand Rapids police top brass as an excellent officer. His future with East, unknown, pending the investigation.
It never looks good for anybody in a situation like this when you take off.
Chief Assistant Prosecutor Chris Becker speaking there. If he was indeed drunk, whether he skirted jail time depends on how drunk he was. If he was just over the legal limit, the maximum jail time is the same as the charges he faces now. But if he was indeed twice the legal limit or more, he would have been facing about double the jail time. Sue.